Welcome back to the Sawmill, friends. We have a very busy week. Got a lot going on. Today is Monday and I'm heading over to the shipping yard right now to pick up one of 3 brand new tools that I'm getting this week. Today I'm picking up the new hammer felder, and I think the company's name is Felder and Hammer is like a branch company underneath it. I'm not sure about that, but it's a hammer felder. We'll just call it a hammer. How's that? So we got a hammer, I think it's an A341. It's a 16-inch jointer planer combination machine. Now I know I've already got a planer. It's a 20-inch grizzly planer. It works just fine. I did not order this machine because of it being a planer combo machine. The reason I got it was it's a 16-inch wide jointer. And for you woodworkers out there, you know what I'm talking about. Anything wider than 8 inches on a jointer is kind of hard to find nowadays, and it's a lot of money. And I bought this on sale last November. They had a Black Friday sale, and I ordered it then knowing it would be probably 5 or 6 months before it came in. Well, it finally came in. It's at the shipping yard. We're headed up there to get it right now. And to think about pricing, you can get a 12-inch jointer right now, a Powermatic or a Grizzly, and they're about $8,000 or $9,000. I think the Powermatic may be $10,000. And that's 12 inches wide. Well, with this machine, I'm getting 16 inches wide for about $4,000 less. It's a really good deal. There's a lot of guys on YouTube. There's Jay Bates, my friend Tim Fuller. There's a lot of professional woodworkers out there that run this machine, and they swear by it. So it should be a really good machine for us here at the shop. All right, friends, on the sawmill today, we have an 8-foot white pine log, 15 inches on the diameter on both ends, so it's a nice straight log. It does have a lot of knot clusters every 24 inches or so. That's about the only bad thing I see on it. I wish the knot clusters weren't there, because you do have to slow down on those, because you will have a little bit of a dip in your cut if you're going too fast. I don't care what kind of blade you got on your sawmill. Pine knots are just so darn hard. If you hit them at full speed, 9 times out of 10 you'll have a little bit of a dip right there. It's just, I hate that. I don't like it. I like having nice flat boards. All right, guys, let me show y'all something before we get started. This right here is a log scale. This is made by Logrite right there. They are a sponsor of the channel. They did send me this, but they're not paying me to tell you guys about it. I'm telling you guys because it may be helpful to you. They sell these on their website. There's a link down below if you want to go check them out. This right here is a Doyle scale, which means it measures on the Doyle scale. If you're not familiar with that, there's international scales. There's a few different scales that people use to measure logs. Here in Northeast Tennessee, we use the Doyle scale. Now, I also have an international scale that they sent me. And here in a few days, we're going to put a log up here and measure it with the international scale and the Doyle scale and see what the difference is. A Doyle scale usually favors the sawmill more than it does the loggers. So let me put it on the end grain here and I'll show you guys how it works. It's pretty neat. It's a handy tool to have at the sawmill. So what you want to do when you measure out a log, you want to go to your smallest end. Well, this log right here is actually 15 inches on both ends, but if this right here was 14 inches and say the other end was 15 inches, you would go to the smallest end. So that's pretty simple right there. Always measure on the small end. What you want to do is hook it right here on the end. It does have a stop right there that catches it, and measure across the widest point of your log. Now that's the way I was taught. Some guys do 2 different measurements and they average that together. The guys I've always worked with at the log yards, they take one measurement at the widest point. So measuring right there, we're just over 15 inches, and I usually average down. And there's some numbers right below the 15. Now bear with me, I'm trying to do this behind the camera. So look over me there if this doesn't come in good. It's not going to focus for me, but here's the deal. Right there we have our 15, there's 3 numbers below it, 60, 75, and 91. So 60 is how many board feet would be in an 8-foot log with a 15-inch diameter on the small end. 75 would be a 10-foot log with that same measurement, and 91 would be on a 12-foot log. So that right there is how to measure logs really fast without thinking about it. These sticks are extremely handy, guys. I did have like a knockoff brand I used to use here at the mill, but this right here is a whole lot better and easier to read. Now over here on the other side, you have the same measurement right there. You have 15 right there, so it's at the same place. Then the numbers are higher, 106, 121, 136, and 151. And that's based off of longer logs as well, 14 foot, 16 foot, 18 foot, and 20 foot. So this is really handy, guys. You just find the measurement, in my case 15 inches, you look down the scale and you know the first number is an 8-footer, and there's your board footage on the Doyle scale for this log being 60. So I hope that made sense to you guys and how this works. If you got any questions, leave them down in the comments below. So once again, friends, these are made by Logrite. I won't make a dime if you buy one, but I encourage you guys with sawmills to pick one up. There's a link down below. You can check them out. This will save you a lot of time when you're measuring logs, friends. You're not out there with a measuring tape trying to pull back and forth and fight with that thing. You just take this right here, hook it on the end, pull it, and there you go. As long as you know how long your log is, you can check any measurement you want to check with one. It's really handy. All right, I got the saw blade tension down. I got my lubrication tank turned on. We're in good shape right there. Got a full tank of diesel. Man, diesel's expensive. Even farm diesel's going up here, guys. I'll tell you what, how much you guys paying for farm diesel out there? It's about $3.50 a gallon here right now. I need to fill up my tank and I really dread it. Sawmill today, I'm running the Joe Maine Silvertip Turbo 7. If you're interested in those blades, his cell phone number is down in the video description. Give him a call. In the lubrication tank, we're running windshield washer fluid with that cotton gin detergent that I mix with it. That stuff works pretty good. I'm impressed with it so far, guys. I really like it. And 2 more things, guys, and we'll get going, I promise. Number 1, thanks to everybody on Patreon for supporting me here on the channel. Really appreciate you guys. And number 2, we're sawing 4-quarter boards today on this pine, a true 1 inch on the thickness. and the width will probably be 10 or 12 inches, I'm not sure. It's whatever I decide on when I start opening up these faces. So let me show you something here. It may help you guys out that are running sawmills that get this in your boards. Right there, you got a washboard effect. You can feel those ripples right there. I don't like them. What happened was I entered this log, decent velocity right here, then I slowed down, and I got that blade chatter that causes those washboards right there, and that's awful. You don't want that. After I finally sped up, nice clear sailing for the rest of the way right there. That's what you want. So if you're getting these on your boards and they go away, like you have little patches of these, like 3 inches, then smoothness, then another 3 inches, it's because of your speed most of the time. Now, if you have a board and it's like this the whole length and you're going fast, you might have a tooth out of set. But most of the time, you need to go faster. So I need to take my own advice right here and speed up. Some decent looking pine though, not too bad. Pretty good stuff. here are the results from the Doyle scale on this log. According to the scale, we should have got 60 board feet out of this log. I got 11 1x10s out of it. I got a little calculator on my phone that helps me cheat to get my board footage on stuff like that. So 11 1x10s, 8 feet long, 73.7 board feet, 74 board feet pretty much. So we got 14 more board feet than the Doyle scale said we would get, because the Doyle scale favors the sawmill, especially on smaller logs. Once you get up to like 24-inch in diameter, it's pretty even at that point, but the smaller logs get a better scale on the Doyle side. So not too bad, we got 13 feet more, or 14 feet rather, than the scale said we would get. So that's how the scale goes sometimes, friends. You never know. I want to thank everybody for watching. Hope everybody has a good evening, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. We're going to be hanging this pine on the timber frame with Dad and putting up some more metal. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow.